Hi, Rich from Dynaport. Wanted to go over scientific dynoing. Back in '98, we developed the highest horsepower 800 triple pipes. A lot of dyno time back then. What I've done now is we've learned and we know from having the highest horsepower 850 pipe by 3 horse over everybody, we actually straighten our 850 pipe out rather than curling it. So then spent 3 days a weekend ago straighten these pipes out, brought one out at an L. Now we're getting ready to dyno. It's 95 degrees and humid today, so we've got perfect conditions. A lot of guys don't scientifically dyno. They'll be setting up a ice sled on a day like today. Your engine's different, your dynamics, your compression, your timing, your pipe stinger size. So the other thing to get accurate dynoing and repeatable, we've got very good outlets for our exhaust. Build a new inlet fan to make sure we've got no smoke into the inlet. Made a little mechanical gauge here so I know exactly where my valve is. That used to be electronic, now I can look, it's quicker. The other thing I do when I dyno, I bring it up as quick as I can. I don't lug like Jim at Dynotech, because that's not how these engines run. We're going to be running just under 6 seconds in the 8th mile. We're going to hold this at peak for 5 seconds. I've got 2 flywheels to smooth everything out. It gives me a very accurate reading with our strain gauge. The other trick, since we're using this for development, got 18,000 dyno runs, most of it is for developing. I took my center carb and made it super small. I've got about an 18 millimeter carb. What I did on my center cylinder, I put on an 18-inch long, tighter stinger. I'm also going to run pump gas instead of C16, since I'm not going to make as much power. The reason I did the longer stinger is to get my RPMs up. I want, in this way, I can play with 2 different pipes, 2 different heads rather than 3. I'm going to work with a tighter squish. Going to get my timing set, so it saves me building the 3rd pipe, working on the 3rd head, just a little quicker development. It also gives me a little better control of the dyno, which is critical. Most of you guys, you get your dyno sheets and you might as well throw them out because the guy's lugged up through, the dyno is surged. So any surging, you get false numbers. So we're going to be able to test within 1/10 or 2/10 of a horsepower on a 215 or 20 horse engine. To be continued, I'll actually show you some of the dyno runs, and perfect weather now for setting up an asphalt setup.